Hi, I'm Brian. Welcome to Monroe's for Dogs. On this trip, we set out to summit Stob Odhair and Stob Choire. I had already previously been up these Monroes in the winter, of course, and only managed to do one of them at the time. So we're back up again, but this time we've also got a small group heading up with us as well. The walk-in from the Victoria Fall car park is really good, and you can see a lot of detail in my previous video, which I'll link at the end of this one. The train moving up then goes up all boggy after the green hut, but it's nothing you can't handle. Once you start heading up the shoulder towards the Monroe summit, it can get a little bit steep at times, but again, nothing too challenging. After a while, you leave the grassy hillside and then move on to much more rocky kind of paths. There's nothing here that's going to slow up your dog or injure their paws, it's just big rocks. Just be aware in wet conditions it can be quite slippy for yourself, and navigation needs to be good, especially if it's low visibility, because the path kind of fades in and out every so often. I love that even without a map or a compass, Poppy and Cody instinctively somehow know how to find their way to the top, and that's exactly where they're going. I like to think that's a sign that the dogs love to summit Monroes just as much as we do, as that's exactly where they're heading. And here we are at the summit. This is the second time myself, Cody and Poppy summited this one, although it was covered in snow the last time we did it. Everyone did really well getting to the summit, and there weren't great views when we got there, but they did open up not long after we were there, which is always good. You get some good summit photos. But after all the posing, we had to move on and head down into Belak to head for our second summit of the day. At the end of the Belak, you then head up a very steep, rocky path towards the mini Egget ridge that you'll face heading towards the summit. If you don't fancy this way, there is an alternative over the other side of the Belak, which takes you up the shoulder and round the back of the summit itself. That being said, neither Cody or Poppy had any trouble moving up this, as you will see in the video, and you'll get to see how rocky and steep it actually is as they ascend up it. This section slowed the group down more than it did the actual dogs. It is quite shaly at points where the ground starts slipping away, making it a bit more difficult to get up. However, Charlotte did really well, leading the group up this section of the route. I actually enjoyed this part of the route. It's quite challenging, but nothing that's kind of outside of your normal skills to get to the road. It just kind of breaks up the day when you've got a different style of route. Makes it a bit more interesting when you're climbing. You also get some great views at this section, which is always good when you're climbing up. Even the dogs enjoyed the views themselves. The amount of footage I had to cut of Cody just staring out into the far beyond was a hell of a lot. Once you reach the top of the shoulder, you are rewarded with a much more gradual incline, which leads you towards the mini Anekigit Ridge. Personally, I think the information that Loch Highlands gives on this ridge is over-exaggerated. It's not as bad as it's described on their site. However, with the footage from Cody's camera, you will make up your own mind on whether it's well within your reach and your dog's reach to get past it. As I said, there is an alternate route round the back of the hill itself. And here we are at the start of the ridge. I think the weather does make it a little bit more menacing looking, but I assure you it was absolutely fine for us. As you can see, Cody traverses the ridge very easily, just picks his own way through, and it's probably the best way for your dog to just let them find their way rather than try to make them go the way you want to go. They always know what they can do and what they can't do. I would say doing the ridge was the highlight of the day. Just wish we'd got better views as we were going along it. Again, the clouds did clear once we got to the end, so we managed to get some photographs looking back on it. Really fun, changes the kind of terrain that you're on, and again breaks up the route, making it a bit more interesting for you and a bit more challenging at times. After the ridge, it's now a walk towards the summit. As you're heading towards the summit, keep your eye out for a large cairn that indicates the way down. Once you beat the summit, you have to go back on yourself. As you'll see later on the video, you'll actually see a picture of the cairn, but you can actually look out for it as you're heading towards the summit itself, so you know what it is. As you can see, it's again quite a rocky path. There's a lot of grass and stuff running around for your dogs if they want to go that way, but the track is actually quite clear and defined and quite relaxing as you're heading towards the summit itself. There's nothing really overly hard at this section. That's the kind of hard stuff done for you once you've got past the ridge. I'd like to say that the dogs and the group did really well. They are not the hardest of those, but there are some kind of challenging steep bits that can slow you down, and bits that you might need to navigate, especially in the bad weather, just to get you to the first summit. But overall, it's a very enjoyable day, especially if you get the good weather, because you're going to get amazing views. And that's the summit just ahead of us. Corey does miss it and walk past it, has to come back on himself, which is quite unusual for him. He usually knows exactly where the top is. Maybe just wanted to have a look what the view was like over the other side. And there's a picture of the cairn on your way back. Simply just take the right track and that'll take you all the way down towards the waterfall that you'll see in Walk Highland reports. It's not too bad a walk, there's some steep bits, winding paths, but overall quite a decent little descent, and you do get down quite fast. Be aware, if you're going to do this in very wet conditions, there are 2 river crossings that you have to do. One here, just to get across the river coming off the waterfall. It's not too bad in the conditions we're doing it, but with severe rain, it'd be much more flooded. There is one also further down, the main river that you walk up past at the start of the route. You have to get across that, and again, if that's quite swelled, you're going to have trouble getting through it. Just have to keep walking down as far as you can get until you can find a good cross point, just like we did, as you can see here. However, this is the end of your day, so if you do get wet feet, it's no biggie, as you're heading back to your car anyway. I'd like to thank you for taking time watching this video, and please like, share and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And as you saw me back at the car park, we got a nice wee surprise from a deer, which is always good to round off your day. And we'll see you all on our next adventure.